Today, let's discuss an important concept in Stoic philosophy: impermanence. This principle helps us recognize that life is always changing and nothing lasts forever. A famous quote from the philosopher Epictetus reminds us, when giving your child or spouse a kiss, repeat to yourself, "I am kissing a mortal." This may sound sad, but in reality, it brings freedom and peace. Imagine holding hands with a loved one, and instead of fearing losing them, you remind yourself that this is a temporary, precious moment, and you should cherish it. Impermanence allows us to love more deeply and live more fully in the present because we know that anything could change, anything could disappear in an instant. The story of the river of time. Marcus Aurelius, one of the great Stoic philosophers, often reminded himself of the metaphor of time as a river. He said, "Consider how quickly all things pass and are gone, the things of today and the things of yesterday, all flowing like a river, quickly out of sight." Imagine standing by a river watching everything pass by, trees, fallen leaves, and objects carried by the current. Everything eventually disappears downstream. Similarly, our lives are a constant flow. The moments we love, the people we cherish will eventually pass. The story of the glass cup. Epictetus shared a famous story about becoming attached to a fragile object in like a glass cup. He taught that when we love or cherish something, we should always remind ourselves of its true nature. For example, when you drink from a beautiful glass cup, remember that the cup could break at any moment. If it does break one day, you won't feel devastated because you've already prepared yourself mentally. In the same way, when we love someone, a child, a spouse, or a friend, we must remind ourselves that they are human and they do not belong to us forever. This doesn't mean we love them any less. In fact, we love them more fully because we understand that any moment could be the last. Life lesson: impermanence in every moment. In life, everything changes. What you have today may not be there tomorrow. Think of a job you once had or a past relationship. While you were in those situations, you may not have realized the change happening. But now, looking back, you see that it has become the past and you've changed along with it. Recognizing impermanence helps us not only accept loss, but also reduces our attachment to things we love. It also helps ease our fear of things we dislike because we know that even unpleasant situations will change and pass. A story of accepting loss. A friend of mine once lost his beloved mother in a sudden accident. He was devastated and, in the early days, couldn't accept the reality that his mother was gone forever. But gradually, as he understood that loss is a natural part of life, he began to appreciate the moments he had with her. He no longer saw loss as purely painful, but as part of the natural flow of life that we all must go through. The important thing is that we cannot change events like this, but we can control how we face them. Impermanence helps us understand that nothing is forever, and that realization allows us to live more freely and peacefully. Cherish every moment. In the end, impermanence teaches us a valuable lesson. Live each moment fully because you never know what will happen next. The next time you hug your child or say goodbye to someone you love, remember that it could be the last time you see them. This isn't meant to scare you, but to remind you to cherish every second. If you find this part easy to understand, I can continue developing more stories and examples to clarify the concept of impermanence even further.